The development of portal technology has made it possible for mankind to travel between dimensions, which has spawned new narrative avenues for science fiction. Yet, according to the research conducted by scientists, there are still a great deal of questions regarding the operation of portals. Before we continue, make sure to hit that subscribe button now. What exactly is a wormhole, then? In the field of physics, a wormhole is an abstract concept that refers to an object with two entrances that are connected by a passageway. It is feasible to employ wormholes to connect disparate regions of space, time, and since they are porous, they can accommodate the passage of both matter and energy. In principle, a wormhole might be able to be utilized to instantly move individuals from one location to another. Why do they get their name from wormholes? A short route across space, time that connects two separate locations is known as a wormhole. This indicates that everything that passes through one mouth would arrive at the other end as though it had traveled along a straight line, as if it had traveled along a straight line. The concept of moving from one universe to another has been kicking about ever since the beginning of human history. In point of fact, there are others who maintain that wormholes were already there during the time of the Big Bang. Yet physicists aren't sure if something like that could ever occur in the real world. Stephen Hawking, a scientist, once claimed that it is extremely challenging to make a wormhole that is stable. It would appear that the laws of physics forbid it. Some people believe that wormholes might be exploited to cut through both space and time, so enabling humanity to travel at speeds greater than the speed of light. Some people believe that wormholes would make it possible for two different universes to communicate with one another, which would result in the birth of brand new universes. Wormholes are another theory that some people believe could help explain dark energy, which is the force that is believed to be responsible for the accelerated expansion of the universe. Are we able to navigate through them? It is not certain whether we will ever be allowed to go freely through those areas. In any case, researchers have been investigating several approaches to the problem of creating wormholes. In theory, we would be able to travel at a speed greater than that of light if we had access to a wormhole. If we were to make use of such a gadget, we would first need to devise a plan to stop the universe from collapsing in on itself as a result of our actions. The concept of portals is not overly complicated. If one could produce a wormhole, then one could, in principle, go from one location to another. Since the early 1900s, physicists have been trying to figure out how to construct something similar to what they are looking for. And while though we haven't been successful in creating a portal that actually works just yet, we're getting there. A small replica of a portal was recently developed by researchers at CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research, by utilizing two magnets and a copper ring in their experimentation. When the magnets were brought into closer proximity to one another, the copper ring shrank, which resulted in the formation of a minute hole. Will there be a way for us to exit this area? There are a number of theoretical approaches, including wormholes, that could potentially allow humanity to travel at a speed greater than that of light. They are sometimes referred to as bridges due to the fact that they connect two distinct points in space, time. When we say that there is no barrier between two places in space, time, we are saying that there is a bridge connecting those places. Because of this, there won't be any issues for anyone trying to get through. The concept underlying portals is not overly complicated. In order to travel from one location to another, you make use of a gadget that is known as a wormhole generator. A wormhole is essentially a shorter route through space and time that enables rapid travel without the necessity of traversing significant distances. In principle, a wormhole might be used to travel to any location in the universe. However, in fact, it would be difficult to construct a wormhole that was large enough to enable individuals to roam freely throughout the cosmos. The concept of going back in time and traveling through space has been around ever since ancient times. In point of fact, there are others who believe that extraterrestrials from long ago utilized portals in order to go to our planet. On the other hand, we have a very limited understanding of what takes place after we pass through one. The researchers aren't sure if we'll ever be able to get back out there. What are the consequences of passing through a wormhole? If there are such things as wormholes, they must be quite compact. In point of fact, astronomers believe that even with extremely powerful telescopes, they would not be able to observe them. Nonetheless, despite the fact that they are so little, they nevertheless have the potential to function as portals to other dimensions. Matthew McConaughey plays a scientist in the film Interstellar who must go through a wormhole in order to return home in time to save his family from an impending asteroid attack. The wormhole he utilizes is known as a white hole due to the fact that it produces a tunnel that leads back to the location from which it originated. There is a widespread consensus amongst scientists that black holes have the potential to be utilized in the construction of portals of this kind. However, no conclusive evidence to support this hypothesis has been found. A research facility in Tennessee that focuses on neutron, nuclear, and renewable energy exploration had to dispel the misconception that they were in some way aiming to open portals to other dimensions in order to continue their work. In spite of this, if there's one thing I've picked up from reading popular science fiction, it's that even if a research facility claims it isn't establishing gateways to parallel universes, my gut tells me they're very certainly opening portals to other dimensions. So, it is understandable that people might have doubts. In a video, research scientist Leah Broussard explains that the studies that are currently being conducted at Oak Ridge National Laboratory, which is managed by the United States Department of Energy, are not really about establishing gateways to other dimensions. Instead, they entail searching for novel ways that stuff that we know and understand, that makes up our universe, might interact with the dark matter that makes up the bulk of our universe, which we don't comprehend. This is because dark matter comprises the majority of our universe. Broussard further clarifies that when a particle physicist refers to a gateway, they are speaking metaphorically about the concept. When her research was made public, people immediately began drawing connections between it and the Stranger Things show on Netflix. Since then, the topic of parallel universes has been all over the news. A show that takes place in the 1980s and follows a group of children as they accidentally discover a shadowy government agency that is opening portals to other dimensions where monsters reside. People continued to ask the lab for volunteers to explore the strange new worlds they imagined would be discovered, despite the fact that the show demonstrated that traveling into parallel universes is a terrible, terrible idea. Despite this, the show did not stop people from asking the lab for volunteers. You are asking, how did it go? It seems that the neutron did not phase through the wall, portal through the wall, or teleport through the wall. They didn't find any evidence of parallel universes or new interactions with the neutron and the dark sector, which is what they were looking for. Despite everything, there is still a chance. Broussard did provide the following speculation. Of course, it's possible that the neutrons are converting into dark matter in a way that our experiment wasn't sensitive to. In the future, the team intends to conduct additional sensitive searches. These searches will take place in a high-flux isotope reactor, which I'm confident will not in any way open a gateway to hell. So share your feedback with us in the comments and subscribe before you leave. See you in the next video.